Hey, what's up, disc golfers and non-disc golfers? This is Action Disc Golf, and I wanted to make this video and share this video because I saw this post shared to a couple of local social media pages, and I wanted to comment on it because it showcases a few things pretty clearly in how disc golfers handle people, deal with problems, and kind of are starting fires, I guess, is the point of what I want to show here. So let me read the post. There has been multiple instances with an individual in the community that is not a member of our club that needs attention for safety of our beloved members and community. This individual has made threats to a member when trying to return discs. Now that's really good because I was threatened when I was trying to return discs to people.
Hey bro, go die for this, bro. Shut the fuck up. You scum. Fuck this off, scum. Shut the fuck up.
Tried to fight a whole card of 5 during Summer League. Well, that's interesting because I had some people who were I was trying to return discs to try to fight me, and there was more than one.
Everyone a tip, bro. You asked for a tip, bro.
One. And they also say, threaten the club in general over the whiskers and nails used for lunacy. I don't know what that means, threatening the club in general. I mean, a club isn't a human being. Is he saying that every single person inside the club was threatened? And if they are being threatened, how are they being threatened? Are they being threatened with violence? Are they being threatened to, what, beat them at disc golf? I don't understand what the threat is. This is very vague. They also say he has been severely intoxicated and aggressively confrontational with park goers and bystanders driving by. I mean, if this is all happening all the time, bust out your phone, record it, then you've got evidence, then you don't need to say anything. You can just show the video of how people act and share that. This information is all anecdotal. It sounds really bad when you type up a story like this and you tell a story, but then you don't have any evidence. But the claims that you are making are crimes. It's literally called menacing. You can't menace in public. It is a crime to threaten danger or harm to the well-being of others. It is a crime. A person commits the crime of menacing if, by any threat or physical action, threat or physical action, he or she knowingly places or attempts to place another person in fear of imminent, serious bodily injury. Menacing is a Class 1 misdemeanor, but it is a Class 5 felony if committed by the use of a firearm, knife, or bludgeon, or a simulated firearm, knife, or bludgeon, or like a fake one. If this is happening, and they whipped out their phone, they would have evidence and they could say to the police that this guy is menacing and they could arrest him and they could take care of it for you. Instead, we're running to Facebook and we're building up and telling this whole big story. All right, so it goes on and says, he is known as, I redacted the name because it's not really important to telling just the story here. Like, I don't tell the name of the person that wrote this or the club. This individual is not to be confronted in any way, shape, or form for the safety of the members and the public. So he's saying that, to be safe, you need to literally avoid this person. If he was a danger to people, like I said, that is what laws are for, menacing and calling the police. I want to see a criminal element to this if these claims are true. He frequents, I took out the park name, and is often seen yelling at people or no one at all. I mean, that's pretty easy to prove. Says, if you see him in the park causing a scene, please call authorities immediately and do not approach. So we're trying to get people to call the police. Causing a scene, that's very vague. So that's causing a scene, might be causing a disturbance, but that's not necessarily illegal. Police are for enforcing laws, not feelings. So I would advise people, if you see somebody acting like this, leave them alone. Leave them fuck alone. Or if they're breaking a law at that point in time, then you can call the police. But you know what? Parks are for outside voices, all right? I know every single disc golfer at one point in time has probably been alone at a park and hit a tree or thrown a bad shot and yelled F-bombs or whatever. It then says, attached is a picture of him that is a screenshot from a threatening video sent to someone in our family club. So if you have evidence of this, that's what I'm saying. That's where you talk to the police. Not if you just see a person in a park yelling. But if you have evidence of this and there are threats being made, it's called menacing. Call the police at that point in time. I'm not advocating snitching. These people are advocating snitching over feelings. I'm saying if you actually have a crime committed, call the police. Let them handle it. Please look out for each other and stay safe. I don't not take having to make this post lightly, but feel it is very necessary due to recent events. I kind of had a stroke trying to read that. Please reach out to me directly with any questions. So I would reach out to this guy, but I'm not trying to involve myself in any drama. But this is kind of a great example of how if a disc golfer has an issue with you, his friends have an issue with you, his little group has an issue with you, they have all this opportunity to back it up, share evidence, and they're not gonna do any of that. They don't take any of the time to do any of that. I don't believe that this is one-sided. I never do. Usually there aren't people that are like that crazy that aren't in jail just walking around starting problems with every single person they run into. There has to be a little push-pull here, and they're not like providing that. I don't know if they're not providing the videos because they don't look all that great in some of it, but this is not a one-sided thing, and people are going to read this, and they've got the guy's face now, they got his name and stuff like that, and they're going to harass him. In the comments, there are literally people who are already like threatening to beat the shit out of this guy, calling him a fucking bum and stuff like that. And you know what? That's just not how smart people think. Smart people, critical thinkers, require evidence to make decisions based off of. And this post is lacking any and all evidence, and it doesn't even make sense. And it's lighting a fire about a person who's at the park trying to do his own thing, I guess. And if he wasn't trying to do his own thing, he would be breaking the law. So it just does not make sense. And a lot of disc golfers are going to be all in their emotions when they read this and see this, and they're not going to think that critically about it. And you know what? See if more negativity comes from this than if they would just leave the guy alone. Or if he was actually breaking the law, call the police and have them deal with it. It's pretty freaking simple. And instead, we've got this big, long, drawn-out post with all this anecdotes and just no evidence.